All-Ireland Junior champions Fermanagh are looking to avoid a drop straight back down to the junior grade. Molly McGloin and Courtney Murphy are some of the key defensive players for them. They've been named in central roles this afternoon. Joanne Doonan has hit 2-6 so far in the championship. She's a former team skipper, while Emer Smith has 7 points scored so far. She was voted player of the junior championship last season. She's another player to keep an eye out on today. Well, from the perspective of the faithful county, there was major concerns when it came to the goalkeeping department during the week. Before we talk about that, let's focus in on the likes of Roisin Egan and Amy Grant. They have been named, or Amy Grant Mangan, they have been named in the middle of the field for this encounter. Egan has scored 10 points so far, while Gron Egan, who starts on top of the left, has scored 3 goals in the championship. But going back to the goalkeeping department, Chloe Sheridan starts in goal for them this afternoon. There's one other change. She comes in place of Laura Dunn, by the way, and also number 28 has been handed a starting role by the Offaly management team, Michelle Mann. She is coming in to take the place of the player who was named at number 3 in the full back line, Orla Whelan, who makes way down to the substitutes bench. She is expected, however, to start or to come on at some stage in this particular encounter. Well, the two teams getting the final words of encouragement from their respective management teams here this afternoon. Vital game indeed in the idyllic and picturesque setting of Boyle GAA grounds. Just to our left is Boyle Abbey. And there's our match referee for this game. He's Shane Curley. He's from Glenskin, Galway. Indeed took charge of the All-Ireland semi-final last year in the intermediate grade between Meath and Clare. Just wonder what became of that Meath team 12 months on. Shane was also the 4th official for the senior final last year, which was contested between Cork and Dublin. So he brings plenty of experience to this particular encounter. The conditions absolutely perfect. There was heavy rain forecast a little bit early on in the week for this particular part of the country, but thankfully no real signs of it as of yet today. It is somewhat cloudy and overcast here, but indeed the two teams will be quite happy that some of the heavy downpours that we've had over the past 48 hours or so have disappeared for the time being. Absolutely crucial game for these teams and their development. Fermanagh will be looking to have this year to consolidate themselves in the intermediate championship after winning the junior last year. Last thing that they will want is to become a yo-yo team between going up and down from the junior to intermediate grades. While for an Offaly team, they will be hoping that despite their concerns in the goalkeeping department, that they can do enough in this particular encounter, maybe to try and get themselves the safety of staying in the intermediate championship for next season. Neither team, from speaking to the respective management structures in the lead up to this game, are in any ways anxious to be involved against Longford next week, who will have had an extra week to prepare as well. Remember, they were beaten by Roscommon a week ago, so there'll be significant interest, to say the least, in this particular game just up the road along the N4 in Longford to see who their opposition is going to be. Tosses have taken place. Fermanagh are going to be playing from left to right, it seems, in the opening half. The respective midfield pairings going in there as always, and indeed what you become accustomed to now in these games, a number of positional switches taking place already as the referee gets ready to throw in the ball and get us underway here in the Abbey Park, the home, of course, of Boyle GAA grounds. Indeed, over in the stand on the far side, the artwork there, remembering one of their greatest ever players, John Joe Nerney. In more recent times, the Smiths would be coming from this particular club as well here. Currently the players who have found fame at inter-county level. Referee throws in the ball and away we go. Batted down there almost immediately. Roisin O'Reilly will be one of the players that Fermanagh will be expecting big things of today, trying to get that down towards Emer Smith, the Derry Connolly girl. Beaten to it, however, on this occasion. Tara Dunn is the number 5 there for Offaly. Good long clearance down to the far side of the field. Marie Byrne, the centre half forward, will be one of the players that Offaly will look to get into the game as many times as possible early on. But the final pass on their first real attack of note, not really ending with any significant danger to the Fermanagh goal. and Courtney Murphy, the centre half back, has the opportunity to go back to our goalkeeper Shauna Murphy from the Enniskillen Gales club. Switches it down towards this near side. All eyes will be on how Offaly adapt with the injuries picked up by their two main goalkeepers during the course of the week. Aisling O'Brien bringing that ball forward. It's gone in there towards Roisin O'Reilly. Has looked lively early on. So too here is Aoife Flanagan. Gets that low ball down again towards the forward line. Fermanagh looking to get the opening score of the game. They're full forward trying to get the shot away there. Emer Smith. Good defending again by Offaly. The tackle was well timed and they've managed to overturn possession. The two teams here very much going through the early stages, warming up stages, settling down stages, call it what you will. Aoife Carey was involved in the move there. Offaly now bringing the ball forward. Here's Michelle Mann wearing number 28, but included from the very start, linking up with Mairead Daly from St. Rynagh's. Opportunity for her now to try and tread the ball inside here, and there's the first shot in anger going in, and it's found its way all the way into the back of the net. Ciara Walsh, well, what a finish from her, expertly dispatched, and with 1 minute and 43 seconds played, Ciara Walsh has scored an absolutely spectacular goal there for the Offaly team, and they lead by 1-0 score. Well, we were just saying that we were waiting a minute or two for the opening score of the game to arrive. When it did arrive, it was spectacular. It was just the tonic that Offaly needed, and the faithful county are 3 points to the good. Questions being asked of Fermanagh. Aisling Maguire playing that ball forward. Again, the ball going into the Fermanagh attack, not really holding on in there. Emma Corcoran was the player who is able to break away on the attack here. Links it up here with Roisin Egan, the midfielder, with the right-footed delivery, changing the focal point of the attack over to that far side of the field. Offaly making some wonderful runs early on here in this game, and they got it in there towards Marie Byrne again. Goalkeeper Shauna Murphy, who had little chance for the goal, anticipated the danger, read the situation well, and they get their clearance over to the far side to Sarah Britton. Fermanagh obviously will be shell-shocked a little bit after having conceded that goal so early on in the game, but they're looking to bounce back immediately. Molly McGloin is their number 3. Again, the ball just lacking a little bit of pace going in there to Aisling Maguire. She's a player that can make so many things happen, as indeed can their number 10, who's right up there in the attack, Sarah Britton. And Sarah Britton gets the shot in and gets it over the bar, and it's the first point of the game for Fermanagh, and that reduces the deficit to 2 between them. A goal for Offaly, a point for Fermanagh. 3 minutes and 15 seconds played in the opening half, and it's been a fairly decent start. Chloe Sheridan, a goalkeeper from Clara. We heard all about the difficulties that surrounded the Offaly build-up to this game in the goalkeeping department. There are 2 regular goalkeepers out injured and will expect to be gone for the remainder of the season, so Chloe Sheridan deputising there today. Here's Roisin Egan now in possession. Offaly again looking to make some headway as they get the ball into Michelle Mann. Michelle again has got some space in front of her here, opening up. Plays a nice intelligent ball over to the corner forward. Mairead Daly skips inside her marker. Good running here from Mairead Daly. Goes by 3 challenges and sends it in beautifully into the corner of the net. What about that for a goal? Fine individual score. Seemed to be very little danger when she initially got the ball over on the far side of the field. Cut inside 3 challenges and dispatched it beautifully into the back of the net for a second goal here for Offaly. Well, it's raining goals here for the faithful county early on. 2 goals for Offaly, Fermanagh a point, and well, we've had the dream start here for Offaly. Fermanagh will be wondering, after doing a very intense warm-up here, they just haven't got their game going yet due to the finishing ability of the Offaly ladies. But here's Aisling Maguire. Still plenty of time. That's the one big benefit for Fermanagh. Maguire again into the move here. Switches this one back. The shot coming in from Joanne Doonan, and eventually it goes in and over the bar. Well, they have hit back with a couple of scores immediately after the concession of those goals. It's now 2 points for Fermanagh. It's 2 goals for Offaly. Hugely enjoyable start to this game. We're only 5 minutes in yet, and scores aplenty. Again, the kick out will come from Chloe Sheridan. Switches it over there towards Roisin Ennis. Fermanagh again dropping a number of players back as Tara Dunn looks to make some headway over on that far side of the field here for the Offaly ladies. A little bit congested at the minute. Shot half blocked down, but it rebounds out kindly for Ciara Walsh from St. Malash Gales. Ball again deflected out over the sideline on the far side of the field there. Some of the spectators, as you can see, gathered in and around the stand area as the sideline ball is about to be kicked in here by Roisin Egan from the St. Kieran's Club. Right footed delivery from Roisin. Fermanagh again anticipating where the danger was going to be, and a quick clearance down here to Roisin O'Reilly. Possibilities for her now to attack the rear guard. Gets her pass inside. Aisling Maguire bringing it on back to the midfielder. Roisin O'Reilly it goes. Roisin onto the left boot. That's a lovely ball, but the referee had signalled he was allowing advantage, and it finished in to the back of the net, and spectacularly finished in to the back of the net as well. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic move. And as you can see there, the finish absolutely brilliantly dispatched by Joanne Doonan, and she has got the goal, and that now at this stage means that Fermanagh have got a goal that they need. It's 1-2 for Fermanagh and 2 goals for Offaly. Here's Maguire, here's Roisin O'Reilly again, down to the inside forward line once more. Joanne Doonan taking on the defence onto the right boot, and Joanne Doonan has kicked that one in, and it's got in and gone over the bar. Well, Fermanagh now have certainly come storming back into this one. A goal and a point there, and Joanne Doonan absolutely brilliantly finishing that one off, and it's 1-3 to 2 goals. Well, what a start we've had here. Sides level, just under 7 minutes played in the opening half. 3 goals already, and this really has got the hallmarks and the ingredients of a game that certainly could be a thriller. Offaly now, their turn to attack. They'll be obviously shell-shocked now after conceding those couple of scores, but here they come with Tara Dunn. Looks for the support play outside her. Has it from Mann. Back to Dunn again. Possibilities now here for Ciara Walsh. Ciara Walsh sending in that short. Goalkeeper coming out to take the ball well. Injured herself in the process there, Shauna Murphy. Good brave goalkeeping from the Enniskillen Gales player. And she's picked up the knock coming out there. Well, Fermanagh were the All-Ireland Junior champions as recently as 2020. Joanne Doonan, one of the players who has caught the eye so far. 2-6 to her credit in the championship leading up to this particular game, and you can see already the danger and the potential that's there between Emer Smith and herself. 7 points of her. She was voted junior player of the championship last season, but they really have, despite getting off to a disappointing start, have come storming back into this particular encounter. But all attention now at the minute and all eyes at the moment will be on their goalkeeper Shauna Murphy, who seems to be okay, puts back on the baseball cap, and she's ready to resume and get play back up and running here in the Abbey Park in Boyle. 2 goals to 1 goal and 3 the scoreline so far. Just over 8 minutes played here in the opening half of a game that has certainly caught light early on. Sarah Britton bringing this one forward. Getting a little bit scrappy there as they were trying to get Emer Smith away. The Derry Connolly Harps player will be one of the key players for Fermanagh today. Sarah Britton has started the game so bright and so positively, and takes the return. Here's Sarah Britton moving in on goal, been surrounded there by the Offaly players, overcarries the ball, and that's going to be a free out for Offaly. Good disciplined defending from the girls from the faithful county, obviously after conceding a goal a few minutes ago, and be very eager to make sure that there's no repeat episodes. And they get the ball quickly out here towards the direction of Michelle Mann again, looking to take the return, but Offaly deciding to go short of it. Running into a little bit of difficulty there was Emma Maher, the player from St. Kieran's, decides to leave the free on the 45-metre line. The Offaly team playing from right to left here in the opening period of play. Fermanagh have won it back. Molly McGloin, good intelligent use of the ball again over there towards that far side, but Offaly are able to pick it up. Tara Dunn from Eden Derry gets the fisted pass away to Roisin Innes, her wing-back colleague this afternoon. The 2 Offaly wing-backs linking up well there, though Innes has gone into a more central role, as you can probably see from our camera shot there. It's back with Fermanagh again. Sarah Britton has been the director of the orchestra in relation to a lot of the good positive play that Fermanagh have got through here in the early exchanges. Here's Aisling Maguire. Again, has the experience and the composure and try and wait for something to happen. Not really a whole lot of options for her. In fairness, the Offaly defence have tightened up significantly after that burst of scores from Fermanagh just a couple of moments ago. Roisin Egan now. Egan again slowing it down. Player running off the shoulder as usual. Offaly quite happy now to use this slow, patient build-up. Here is Amy Gavin Mangan, plays it down there towards the forward line, but once more, Fermanaghs defence now getting on top. Sarah McCarville was their number 7, comes over here to their number 3, Molly McGloin, been given the licence to move forward a little bit from that full-back position. Again, that percentage ball going down there, won by the Offaly cornerback, Annie Kehoe, and she does well to get it out here to Roisin Egan. Egan running forward, taking on the cover, got her pass away. It's the corner forward here, Grania Egan. Well, they might want to get a little bit closer to goal, but Mairead Daly, who has given us a glimpse already of her ability to run with the ball and beat tackles. She did it from the right, she's trying to do it from the left now, but she's overcarried on this particular occasion, according to the match referee, pleading her innocence and just arguing her case there. And as you can probably see as well, she was saying that her boot was stepped on, and she momentarily lost that, but the referee still had adjudged that she had overcarried the ball. But she is a player that is very, very difficult to stop. She's given us one prime example of that already when she cut inside and brilliantly finished for Offaly's second goal in this particular game. Somewhat interesting scoreline, no points in the match as of yet for Offaly, but they have got those 2 goals, which ensures the teams are deadlocked here in the Abbey Park. Once more, it's Fermanagh on the attack. That's gone down there towards Emer Smith. Fouled immediately, gets up, looks to take the free quickly herself here. Again, a little bit maybe cause of concern for the Fermanagh management team will be the lack of options, the lack of outlets for the ball inside. Aisling Maguire back inside here towards Emer Smith. Better from Fermanagh this time. Aoife Flanagan eventually getting the shot away and getting it in and getting it over the bar. Good score from the Fermanagh ladies. Well, they've weathered the storm now and they've come right back into this game. And indeed, Aoife Flanagan has hit that point to ensure that they hit the front for the first time in the game. 1 goal and 4 to 2 goals, 1 between the teams here. And it really has all the hallmarks of a game that could go right down to the wire. Just to confirm, it has to be a winner on the day. And in the likelihood of the 2 teams being level at the end of normal time, we'll have 2 periods of extra time consisting of 10 minutes each. And then we go to the free-taking competition. Some in favour of it, some maybe a little bit more, well, the jury out in certain cases on this competition, but it does ensure that there will be a team progressing from this particular encounter today. Meanwhile, Offaly looking to get forward here with Mairead Daly. Gone back over there to the left flank once more. Roisin Egan benefiting from the pass. After Daly again, look at her go here, and she's in again, and she's finished it again. A second goal of the game from her. Well, she really is unstoppable, getting forward, taking the 1-2 and finishing the ball beautifully to the back of the net. Her second goal, Offaly's third, and it seems that the faithful county are just going to be happy to take goals here all afternoon. 3 goals for them, 1-4 for Fermanagh, 2 between them. Offaly back in front. Well, we've had quite a match here so far. The Offaly team's ability to get goals has been one of the highlights, and they're coming on the attack again. Aoife Carey back out here to Ciara Walsh, and Ciara Walsh says, look, at enough of these goals, let's take a couple of points. And the St. Balash player taps it over the bar, and Offaly have scored their first point of the match. 3-1 to 1-4. The faithful county lead the Ironsiders here in Roscommon. So 14 minutes almost played in the first period of play. Fermanagh's turn now to come on the attack once more. Ball played forward there by their midfielder Aoife Flanagan, but again Offaly are able to cut it out there. Tara Dunn has broken up a number of the attacks so far, and it's enabling the likes of Avi Gavigan Mangan to get forward here. Slots the ball back outside her here to the full forward, Aoife Carey. Loud blast of the whistle from the referee will signal that that's going to be a free. Well, one thing for certain, the Fermanagh defence seem to be under a little bit of pressure every time that Offaly get the ball and run at them. We've seen a couple of examples of that in the lead up to goals, and indeed another instance of it there as well, where the free has been awarded and is now going to be kicked in by Roisin Egan. Looking here to get Offaly's second point of the game. Just shy of 15 minutes played in the opening period of play. Roisin Egan preparing to kick this one. Strikes it in off the right and taps it in and taps it over the bar, and Egan has converted another one. And Offaly now at this stage stretch out their lead a little bit. It's Offaly 3 goals and 2 points, and it's Fermanagh 1 goal and 4. Confirmation of the score from the scoreboard there as well. Situated here in the Abbey Park, the home of Boyle GAA Club this afternoon. And speaking of Boyle GAA Club, they started off the Men started off the Roscommon Senior Football Championship with a victory over Roscommon Gales on Friday night. Here come Offaly on the attack once more now, down towards Aoife Carey, their full forward. Her effort half blocked down, but the rebound works out okay for the Offaly ladies. But they tried to get forward there, but Fermanagh have had a number of players back in defence. Really been a rearguard action again over the last couple of minutes for Fermanagh, living very much on counter-attacks, and here they go again, and they've dropped their full forward out deep to get this one. Emer Smith, good diagonal ball in, always a difficult one to defend against. Now can they get somebody here in the end of the move? It's their midfielder has it. Simple goal for Roisin O'Reilly from Killawley, and Roisin O'Reilly gets another goal, and that now means that we've had 5 goals scored here in the game so far, and really both defences at this stage have been put under some pressure, and that indeed is going to be the score at the first water break. So Fermanagh 2 goals and 4, that's a total of 10 points, and it's Offaly 3 goals and 2, which is a total of 11. So just 1 point separating the teams here at the water break. And if you want value for money and plenty of excitement, well, you're getting it here in this particular game so far. Goals aplenty. And just to recap on the losers of this game, will be in action again next weekend when they will take on Longford. Last chance saloon to see who will be staying in the Intermediate Championship, and indeed to see who will be dropping out of it and going back down to junior. Fermanagh, unfortunately for them, no strangers to relegation playoffs this year. They lost the Division 3 relegation final to Wicklow, 113 to 112. Although Wexford, who are the All-Ireland, or who are in the All-Ireland Intermediate final, were beaten by Tyrone on the same day in the Division 2 relegation final. So sometimes league and championship form can be far removed, but unfortunately for Fermanagh, not the case for them this year. Offaly, well, they reached the Division 4 semi-finals, but were beaten by the eventual Division 4 champions, Louth, who won that game 3-10 to 2-4. Louth went on and defeated Leitrim in the Division 4 league final this year in St. Tiernock's Park in Clones. So the water break comes to an end, as you can probably hear from the background noise here, very much situated close to the main road. And the kick out once again, the restart for the Offaly goalkeeper gets us underway in the second quarter of this particular game. All very much to play for, very even, intense match so far. Ball with the Offaly centre half back now. Here's Dawn Hannon from the Road Club in Offaly, famous club indeed. Kicks that one out over the sideline, however. Slightly miscued the pass there. Grania Egan from Tullamore would have been the intended target, but going back there to take it is Emer Keenan, the cornerback from Killawley. Looking to see what options are available for her. Offaly have pushed right up, so it's back to the goalkeeper it goes. Shauna Murphy gets her clearance away over towards Shannon McQuaid. And Tempo Maguires. Again, Fermanagh quite happy now to build it up short. McQuaid getting on the move here, and the corner forward has come right back. Aisling O'Brien, look at this for pace. Pace to burn, running at the defence, making serious headway. They've played it in again to Roisin O'Reilly. Could be another goal. She scored one just before the water break. Out it comes here to Joanne Doonan. Shot across the face of the goal, and it took a deflection and has gone out for a 45. Well, the pace of Aisling O'Brien was the significant factor in the build-up to that particular game. Really, the acceleration from her took her right clear of the Offaly cover, and the shot just got a touch, just got a deflection, and has gone out for a 45. What an electric start we've had here to the second quarter of this game, very much picking up from where the teams left off at the end of the opening quarter. Well, Joanne Doonan has gone back there to retrieve the football. It's going to come out to where the linesman has positioned himself. The player that is going to kick it is going to be Emer Smith. The lady from Derry Connolly Harps is going to place this one on the deck. It's been, I suppose, a notable factor of the Intermediate Championship. That's well walked from the training ground. She took the return. Offaly had switched off. Now can Fermanagh capitalise? The shot eventually is kicked in by the corner forward, and Sarah McCausland has found the range and found the target, and in it goes and over it goes. And from that vantage point, indeed, that score will look good from a Fermanagh perspective. So 2 goals and 4 for Fermanagh. 3 goals and 2 for Offaly here at the moment in the Abbey Park in Boyle. So certainly a well-worked move right from the training ground, as we mentioned there. And we can certainly probably expect a very, very close encounter here between these two sides. Here come Fermanagh attacking again. More possibilities for them, but the ball been over-carried there somewhat. So 2-5 to 3-2, just a confirmation of the scoreline. And that's going to be another free out here for Offaly. 19 minutes have flown by here in the opening period of play. Offaly with players back deep, including their midfielder there, Roisin Egan. And Offaly now are going to run again here at the Fermanagh cover. Bringing the ball forward for them is their wing forward, Emma Maher. Gets it over there towards that far side. Mairead Daly has been such a constant threat over on that side of the field. Again, they're going to deploy the running game, and the referee's whistle sounding again. This time it's been over-carried. Well, there's no doubt about it. You can anticipate the Fermanagh or the Offaly mode of attack over there. Every time they get the chance, they're going to try and run at the cover deep. Getting the ball played out here to Shannon McQuaid, wing back, who gets through quite a lot of work in each and every game she plays here for Fermanagh. Forced to go back there with the pass on this particular occasion before taking the 1-2 and the return, and eventually now Fermanagh are going to bring the ball forward. Good running here from Sarah McCarville. Again, no change been given by the Offaly defence. Set up well to deal with this latest attack, and they walk the ball all the way out here to Roisin Ennis. Roisin Ennis getting forward, getting by the challenge. Referee happy to give her the advantage. She's got support. It's Aoife Carey. It's the full forward who has it. Carey's route blocked out. Back out it comes to Mairead Daly. Eventually at the end of the move it's Grania Egan. The girl from Tullamore has the shot, finds the range with the accuracy and the ability to take that score. Well taken point indeed there from the corner forward from Tullamore. 3-3 to 2 goals and 5 here in Boyle GAA grounds. Very, very close indeed. Just one between the teams. Fermanagh 11, Offaly 12 here at this particular stage of the game. Offaly looking to get something else moving here from Roisin Egan. Got her pass away. Fermanagh with a number of players back defending here, but once more Roisin Egan has got on the end of the move and gets her shot away without being under any real pressure and takes her point. Couple of good scores there from Roisin Egan, becoming more of a threat in this match as it wears on. And indeed Offaly enjoying a period of dominance up at the opposition into the field. 2-5 to 3-4. The scoreboard reads now at the moment in favour here of the faithful county. Shauna Murphy again with the restart. Lands it in towards the midfield area. Again, Amy Gavin Mangan I should say, is back there and picking up a lot of the breaks. That enables the forward line to get forward, and when you've got players like Ciara Walsh there to kick points, you're certainly always in with a good chance. And that's another score for Offaly. Well, all these scores are coming off a period of dominance here that they're getting in the middle of the field, where the Fermanagh kick-out at the minute is under a little bit of pressure. And in fairness, 3 between them now, as you can see at this stage. Shauna Murphy, the goalkeeper, been somewhat deprived of options. She got that one away to Sarah McCarville. And now Fermanagh have got primary possession and an opportunity for them to attack. McCarville had continued on with her run as a support player. Good transition from defence to attack, but not the best of balls into the inside forward line. And again, it's going to be Offaly's turn now. It really is end-to-end stuff here. Roisin O'Reilly and Aoife Flanagan linking up well together. Here's Emer Smith now coming forward. Again, placed the ball down towards the corner, overhit the pass a little bit. And really there was little or no chance ever of Marie Byrne getting her hands on that one, and it's going to be another kick out here for the aforementioned Fermanagh goalkeeper Shauna Murphy. 2 in a row she's got away now and found an intended target, but Fermanagh give the ball straight back to Offaly. Emer Smith here in possession, being fouled. Again, she looks around to see who's available. Always players coming off the shoulder here. Emer Keenan had pushed right up there on the attack this time. It comes here to Roisin Egan. Roisin Egan getting the ball back out to Emma Corcoran again. Corcoran switching it back down here to Mairead Daly. Now it's played into Amy Gavin Mangan. Fermanagh trying to get bodies back, but Mairead Daly continues on at the attack. Eventually got it onto the left boot. Was under some pressure as she kicked that one, and it's gone out to the left of the post and it's gone wide. 3-5 to 2-5. A goal between them. And indeed, we've had 5 goals already in what has been a very gripping and entertaining encounter here between these two teams, looking to survive in the intermediate grade for 2021. Fermanaghs turn to attack. Emer Smith is the full forward. Look at her go. Look at her take on the defence. Lovely play from Emer Smith into the scoring zone now. Can she execute the finish? Gets her shot away. Unfortunately, from an inside perspective, it goes out to the left and it goes out wide. But credit the build-up play. Wonderful running. Just the execution of the score not there in the end. The Offaly goalkeeper, Chloe Sheridan, getting her kick out away. For a relatively new keeper, her restarts have been fairly solid all afternoon. A little bit more pressure, you could argue, on the Fermanagh kick out. But Fermanagh down the other end of the field now with Joanne Doonan. Their turn to attack. They've managed to play the ball inside here to Sarah McCausland again, looking to try and get the shot away. That hits the side netting, and the umpire clearly signalling that it has gone wide. The goalkeeper once again, Chloe Sheridan, having to go back there to retrieve the ball, the lady from Clara. And again, it'll be interesting to see what Fermanagh do now. Will they push up right on the kick out here as we enter into the final 5 minutes and 15 seconds of the opening half? Good kick out away, gone again to the far side, finding the target. Offaly again working the ball short out of the fence here, and they've got plenty of options. That's the one thing about them. They've got loads of options when they work the ball out here to the likes of Emma Maher. She's got the opportunity. Clear push in the back there. Could spot that all day long. Aisling O'Brien from Devonish was the guilty party on that particular occasion, and the referee right up there with it and spotting it and awarding the free. Shane Curley having a good solid game, experienced official, taking charge of this particular encounter. Now Offaly have worked the ball into an advantageous position again. Here's Aoife Carey, lovely 1-2, gets her shot away, but accuracy is just deserting both teams a little bit now at this particular stage. Easy to say from here, but there's a lot of intensity, a lot of pressure being applied on forwards out there, and as a result somewhat difficult maybe to take scores. Ball switched over to the far side of the field to Aisling Maguire again. Fermanagh's turn to attack. The midfielder Aoife Flanagan offering plenty of support here, taking the 1-2 with Sarah Britton. Britton has come into this game in glimpses, which has been absolutely brilliant. More consistency perhaps needed. Emer Smith, good delivery down into the forward line. Fermanagh now are making some space. This could be dangerous again for Offaly. Ball kicked in by Doonan and kicked in and over the bar. Well, they're taking those scores well. They made the little bit of space in the inside forward line and they took the point, and that reduces the deficit here a little bit now. Over 27 minutes played in the opening half, and Fermanagh cutting away at the Offaly lead, 3-5 to 2-6, 2 between them. Kick out again will come here from Chloe Sheridan. Clara goalkeeper again finds her target, 45 metres out from goal. That's been a good performance from her. Offaly will be happy about that. Gives them the platform to build on the attack, but Fermanagh have it right back. Interesting to see where Emer Smith has been deployed. They've walked it into Doonan, back to Smith. Nice 1-2. Now who's running off the shoulder? It's Roisin O'Reilly, but Offaly cut it out on that particular occasion. There's a lot of positional switches taking place there on the Fermanagh team, the way they're leaving Joanne Doonan inside and bringing her out. And it's interesting to see how those moves are going for them throughout the course of this game. In possession now is Ciara Walsh from St. Menashe Gales. Loses that ball out there on the far side of the field. Here's Aisling Maguire to Aoife Flanagan. Aoife Flanagan, Doonan. They've got so many players here that can take scores for them. They've walked it back out towards Aisling Maguire again, wearing number 14. Possibilities here once more now as they try to get it in there to Aisling Maguire, and she's again looking to try and get that ball back inside from a somewhat acute angle. Ball been kicked out, but again it's been kicked out wide. Well, Emer Smith is one of the players there they've definitely got to watch out for on this Fermanagh team. Got those players that can, with Aisling O'Brien again, another one of the players there that can certainly be, well, potential match winners for them on any given day. Kick out again will come from the goalkeeper here for the Offaly side, Clara Sheridan, working it right out the field, but again Fermanagh have it back. Molly McGloin is pushing up more and more and getting a lot of possession inside there. Sarah Britton now has the possibilities to run here, and coming off the shoulder is Aisling Maguire, wearing number 12. Gets the pass back out towards Roisin O'Reilly. Just look at how some of the key and central figures are beginning to link up well here together with Joanne Doonan. And Fermanagh now have got a little bit more pace, more urgency in their attacks. Just the scores just not coming for them here inside the last minute or two. It's been a good period of pressure here for Fermanagh, just finding it difficult to get those scores that they need. Umpires look on. Entering in now to the closing stages of the opening half. Bright sunshine, thankfully. The order of the day now here in Boyle. The conditions brilliantly, the facilities absolutely excellent as well. And indeed a very good setting for this particular encounter, geographically perfectly positioned between the two counties as well, Offaly and Fermanagh. Here's the Offaly full forward, Aoife Carey. Carey bringing the ball forward here. Links up inside with Mairead Daly, who has switched between right and left flanks right throughout the game. Always a constant danger in the attack. Roisin Egan, still Roisin Egan, been afforded the licence to come forward here now. Pass just not sticking inside. Referee right up with it, spotted that the ball was touched on the ground and touched by a Fermanagh player, and that's going to be a free for Offaly. So an opportunity for them now to establish that 3-point lead as we head in towards the half-time interval. Roisin Egan again is going to be the player to kick it off the right boot, and Roisin Egan makes no mistake and taps another one between the posts to bring Offaly 3 points clear of Fermanagh at this stage. 3-6 to 6 points, or 3-6 to 2-6 I should say, 3 between them. And again the goalkeeper with the kick out. That's well struck out there again by the goalkeeper for the Fermanagh team, Shauna Murphy. Ball breaks him down in the middle of the field. Free here for Fermanagh. They look to try and get 1 or 2 scores in here before the interval. 2v1 situation there, numerical advantage with the girls from the faithful county. The referee had spotted an infringement there as well. Fermanagh a little bit slow to release the ball. Guilty party being Joanne Doonan, the centre half forward. Offaly switch it over to the far side. Here's Roisin Innes again in possession. Innes coming forward. Been given some space here as Fermanagh are quite happy to drop players back into a defensive formation here for the latter stages of this opening period of play, into injury time now at the end of the first half. Roisin Innes involved again in the move here. Mairead Daly will be one of the players that they want to get a little bit more into it, and it comes here to the full forward. Aoife Carey was tackled on the shot lock conviction. The referee has got the whistle in the mouth and decides to bring to a conclusion the opening 30 minutes of championship football here that has provided plenty of talking points. 5 goals in the game so far, and indeed the teams also contributing 12 points in that opening period of play. But there are 3 points between the teams at the interval. It's Offaly in the ascendancy. They lead here at half time. Offaly 3 goals and 6 points. Fermanagh 2 goals and 6, all to play for, and second half coverage on the way very shortly. Well, a very good afternoon to you and welcome back here to the Abbey Park in Boyle in County Roscommon. Half-time break just coming to an end here, and very shortly the ladies of Fermanagh and Offaly will be resuming their rivalry in the TG Cahir All-Ireland Ladies Intermediate Football Championship relegation playoff. Just to confirm the scoreline at half-time, there you have it, 3-6 to 2-6. Plenty of action and drama in the opening half. 5 goals, other chances, and indeed a game that's very much in the balance. So it's certainly, to say the least, compelling viewing for the second half. Winners of this game will stay in the intermediate grade for next season. The losers, well, they've got a date with Destiny and a date with Longford next weekend. No more safety nets after that particular match. Whoever loses between Longford and the team that are beaten here this afternoon will be making the drop down to the junior grade for next season. So to say it's all to play for as the second half gets underway will be somewhat of an understatement. Early possession won by Fermanagh, but the referee has blown the whistle. Straight away an injury there caused a concern for one of the players that just picked up the knock, the Offaly midfielder, and at the very start of the game just receiving some treatment here at the start of the second period of play. Conditions, as you can probably see in the background, absolutely splendid here in Boyle. Player just receiving some treatment there for Offaly is their midfielder, their number 9, Amy Gavin Mangan, getting back up onto her feet and thankfully able to continue. One of the players who certainly impressed during the opening half of this encounter that has been competitive here between these two teams, looking to make sure they are staying in the intermediate grade for next season. Back at the action again. Free for Fermanagh. Going to be kicked in there quickly on this particular occasion by Roisin O'Reilly, the midfielder. Plays it in here towards Eber Smith. Full forward has made the space inside, gets the pass away. Eber Smith, referee blowing the whistle. And again, it's going to be a free in there. Fermanagh making some early headway right at the start of the second half, trying to make some inroads into the advantage there that Offaly had built up. It should be routine enough, you would anticipate, for Emer Smith to tap over the bar. Full forward, right in front of the goals, although we did witness yesterday in the game between Cavan and Tyrone, and quick thinking from a free, which led to a goal early in that game. Ball kicked in and kicked over the bar on this particular occasion, and that reduces the deficit a little bit here. Back down to 2 points again. Fermanagh 2-7, Offaly 3 goals and 6. Kick out taken, defending the goal to our left here in the second half is Chloe Sheridan, goalkeeper from Clara. Beaten a couple of times, so not really much she could have done. Not really much any of the goalkeepers could have done about the goals that have been scored here today. They've been expertly taken by both sets of forward lines. Fermanagh again probably started the second half, maybe the slightly better of the two teams. Again, possession been won for them in the middle of the park there by Roisin O'Reilly. Back out it comes here for Offaly, however. Possibilities for Ciara Walsh again. Player running off the shoulder there was the number 25, Sarah Keogh, who they've brought on here for the start of the second half. Back out it comes to Roisin O'Reilly. Good patient build-up play here. Riley holding on to the ball, waiting for Mairead Daly to make the run. Taking the 1-2. Again, one of those trademark runs, and an excellent save this time from the goalkeeper, who got a leg to it. Well, Shauna Murphy, Mairead Daly, as she's done time and time again today, running and weaving her way through the defence. But there, to make the telling interception, was the goalkeeper. Just managed to get her right leg to it and deflected it out for a 45. Another goal there for Offaly would have been the ideal start for them right at the start of the second period of play. Offaly again deciding to build it short. Once more they've played the ball into a fairly good position here from the full forward line. Aoife Carey was looking to make some space there, but Sarah Britton has come back to try and keep tabs at her in the second period of play. And now there's a possibility again here for Fermanagh to attack. Right to left they play in the second half. Going deep there to gather for them was Aisling Maguire. Ruan has brought her all the way up the field where she's eventually been fouled. It's going to be a free. Emer Smith from Derry Gondley standing over the ball, looking to see what options are available. I was thinking about maybe giving it short there to Aisling Maguire, but comes instead here to Shannon McQuaid. Good run from her. Again, she hits the deck under the weight of the tackle as well. And it's going to be another free that Emer Smith is eventually going to take and drop in quickly towards the direction of Sarah Britton up at the other end of the field, now covering so much ground here. Offaly players had tracked her run on that occasion and they've overturned possession. Mairead Daly defensively getting some work in now as well. Out here it comes to Emma Maher. Good delivery again, lovely ball for a forward, and that's taken well by Aoife Carey. Now has she got the support up? She has. Early opportunity here for the corner forward now, Grania Egan. Been well curtailed so far. Ciara Walsh, patience here from Offaly. Roisin Egan now getting the pass away, and eventually the shot is going to come in at the end of all of that, and it's going to go wide from Michelle Mann. Well, they did everything right. They held it up long enough, and they waited till they got what they believed would be the right player in the best position to have a go at the score. But it failed to materialise, and it remains 2 goals and 7 to 3 goals and 6. Fermanagh's turn to attack again here. Somewhat loose pass in the middle of the field allows Offaly to immediately win possession back. Roisin Ennis, pacey player, taking on the defence. Lovely run. Ennis going forward here. Can she finish with a score? Was just under a little bit of pressure as she got the shot away, and as a result of that, it drifted out to the left and wide. Goalkeeper again going back, preparing to take the kick out. Shauna Murphy already made one excellent save here in the second half that prevented another what looked like a certain goal for the Offaly team. But Offaly have got a little bit of momentum built up here again. Possibilities here for Mairead Daly once more. They can just recycle the ball back out here. Could be chances here for the Offaly team. That's Daly. Really seems to be popping up everywhere now, looking to take that return, but Fermanagh again were probably alert to the fact there of maybe the over-reliance and the over-dependence that that Offaly are placing on Daly. And look at this for a quick counter-attack coming forward here. Aisling Maguire now spraying the ball across there to Sarah McCusland. Gets the ball under control, takes on her marker, trying to make some real inroads here. Working it into a scoreable position here, but she's over-carried it, and that's going to be another free out. Interesting to see the contrast in styles here at the start of the second half as well. If anything, you would probably make the argument that Fermanagh a little bit more direct in the second half. Offaly certainly quite happy to, well, take their time and get the build-up play before eventually getting away with the shot. Fermanagh a little bit more direct in their attacking game here in the second half. So Offaly, just to very much back up that point, start again with another somewhat patient build-up, and now they've done well to release the ball into Ciara Walsh. Some possibilities for her, being put under some pressure back there by Aoife Flanagan, who has gone back to defend. Comes back out to Mairead Daly again. Here's the number 25, Sarah Kehoe, looking to make some space for herself. Has the ball, taking on the cover, still in possession. No real clear scoreable opportunity coming her way, and that's excellent defending from Fermanagh. Again, standing their ground well. Right ruck developing for the ownership of the ball there. Referee not really seeing any clear advantage coming to either side, so he's going to hop this one in. 7.5 minutes played at the start of the second half here. Scores not coming as freely as they did in the opening 30 minutes. Both management team talks very much would have focused in on some of the defensive aspects of the performances from the two teams during the opening half, and as a result of that, very much a case of seeing through the third quarter without really conceding a whole lot of scores. Again, possession won there by the Fermanagh ladies. Aoife Flanagan going back, towering presence for them. Winning the free, referee just waiting for it to be taken just to see what's going to develop out the field, and now they take it quickly into space it goes. Real race develops here for possession. Winning that particular race is Molly McGloin, wearing number 3, but being allowed to move forward a little bit more here now. Aisling Maguire. Maguire switches it over there towards the far side. Again, one of those races for possession that's going to be won here by the Fermanagh full forward. Well taken by Emer Smith over on that far side of the field, looking to make some inroads. Referee blowing the whistle. And again, it's going to be a free in, and Fermanagh will be quite happy with the way that particular attack worked out for them. Emer Smith very much be showing plenty for the ball that is going into her there in the start of the second half, and about to kick this free as well. Can she reduce the deficit? That's the angle that she faces here. Nice distance out from the goal. She obviously feels that she's got this within her locker now, and she goes short now. Maybe she might be available for the return, but Offaly read that situation well and indeed have won the free out. Well, there was always a certain level of speculation whether she'd go and take that free directly or not. Turned out that it wouldn't be, went short, and the move broke down. And as a result of that, Offaly might have somewhat be thinking that they got a little bit of a let off on that last particular passage of play. Tara Dunn in any case now for Eden Derry. Down again into the forward line. Offaly have got so much potential there, so many match winners if they can get them onto the right spot. Mairead Daly running again. Look at her go. Another brilliant run from Daly, gets the shot away. Well, she's claiming she was fouled as she got that away. The goalkeeper came out and smothered it well, Shauna Murphy. In any case, still not cleared. Referee going in. And all eyes on the referee. See what's he going to award here. Is he going to consult with the team of officials in behind the goal? That's exactly what's going to take place. Going across there to have his chat with his respective umpires. And there might be some argument maybe there on the Offaly case for Mairead Daly perhaps being fouled. And it's a penalty. Well, the referee has awarded a penalty. This could be dramatic. This could be a major turning point right at the start of the second half. And the referee clearly signalling there with that hand signal why the penalty was given. So this could be decisive, could be crucial 10 minutes, over 10 minutes played in the second half here, and a penalty for the Offaly ladies. That could certainly go a long way in helping them secure intermediate status in 2022. Mairead Daly from St. Rina's is going to be the player to take it. Shauna Murphy from Enniskillen Gales is in the goals for Fermanagh. Let's see what Daly can do. Strikes, shoots, brilliantly saved onto the crossbar, rebound, Daly there again, finished to the net this time. Oh, the goal was leading a charmed life, but eventually they managed to get it across from Daly, and it was palmed in to the back of the net, and that is a decisive goal. And it was the number 15, Grania Egan from Tullamore, was the player who finished that one off, and it's 4-6 now to 2-7, and Offaly have got a crucial goal, but you have to feel sorry for Shauna Murphy. Goalkeeper did really well to get that one onto the crossbar. Mairead Daly held her composure, squared the ball for the incoming Egan, and she was there to finish it, palm it into the back of the net. Well taken goal. How decisive will that be now at this stage? Offaly now very much feel that they could be on top here. Possibilities for them again with Marie Byrne this time, looking to make the run through, but the referee judges that was charging. And that's going to be another free out here for Fermanagh. Goalkeeper out to take this one. A little bit of a hurry now, as you can probably see at this stage. Shauna Murphy from Enniskillen Gales. Will it be Longford who will go into that, or will it be Fermanagh who will go into that game against Longford next week? Or can they yet do enough here to salvage something out of this particular match? You get the feeling it's not over. It's one of these games that has ebbed and flowed. But here's Emma Maher now bringing it forward. Gets it down here to Mairead Daly again. Would surely be a contender for a player of the match. Offloads that pass outside to Sarah Kehoe, trying to make some inroads into the Fermanagh defence, but they've got players back, including Molly McGloin. The full-back gets her clearance away. Fermanagh, you could argue at this stage, probably need the next score now just to settle themselves down, to get them going in the second half. Aisling Maguire has got those very intentions in mind now as she looks to try and penetrate the defence here. Still Maguire kicks the ball down again towards the direction of the full forward. Emer Smith, the Derry Connolly lady, going across there to gather that one, being fouled on her way through, and it's a free in for Fermanagh, and an opportunity here for them now to get that score. Well, Emer Smith always making herself available inside there in the forward line. And she'd be hoping now that they can convert this one, just to reduce the deficit a little bit. Almost 13 and a half minutes played. The third quarter has very much come to life on the back of that penalty, save and rebound finish to the back of the net for a vital goal for Offaly. But let's see now if Fermanagh can reply. Smith dropping this one in dangerously. Worrying moments inside there in the Offaly goal mouth, but they got away with it. Chloe Sheridan and her defensive colleagues. And now it's Offaly who can break themselves and try and get something moving with Sarah Keogh over on that far side of the field. Ball eventually played into a more central channel. Emma Maher having to go back and make sure of retaining possession. Succeeds in doing that. Out here again towards Mairead Daly, whose work rate has been absolutely massive and intense from start to finish here. Amy Gavin Mangan bringing that one forward. One of the Fermanagh players hits the deck, and the whistle from the referee slows up proceedings once again. Two players receiving treatment at the moment, one from either team, and an opportunity as well for some water bottles to be brought on. Quite humid here. Certainly a very pleasant and a contrasting change from the weather conditions that we've had over the last couple of days in this particular part of the country, on the, well, you could say, the border of the Midlands and Northwest. Both players now making their way back up on the ground again. And elsewhere, Antrim 3 goals and 22 points. Carlow 3 goals and 18 in the All-Ireland Junior Football Championship semi-final. The latest scoreline that we have coming in from that particular match. So, treatment just been running, repairs being issued there. That's all of the action taking place at the TG Cahir All-Ireland Ladies Championships. Move towards their conclusion at this stage. What a senior final to look forward to. The Meath ladies getting the better of Cork last week. Thrilling game in Croke Park. Indeed, they met in the opening round of the Senior Championship as well, and produced an epic on that day, which Cork narrowly won, but Meath managed to gain revenge. Back here at the action once more. Possibilities now for Offaly as they come forward. Racing in there is Grania Egan, looking to offload the pass outsider there. Offaly retaining possession well, trying to walk it into a more favourable angle. Eventually the shot coming in from distance. Amy Gavin Mangan with it, but it just tails out to the right of the post and it goes wide. 16 minutes played now, and the referee looks at the watch and decides that it's time for the second water break to be introduced here in this game. Well, the third quarter, hugely interesting. The penalty save, the resulting goal, the big talking point as we mentioned, and it's now 4 goals and 6 points for Offaly. That's a total of 18, and a total of 13 for Fermanagh. 2 goals and 7 for them in this particular game. In the 2021 National Football League, Fermanagh were in Division 3, were beaten by Down 117 to 212, lost to Sligo 212 to 7, and indeed to Roscommon on a scoreline of 310 to 112. Limerick's results from Division 4 in the league this year included a victory against Limerick 312 to 210, and a victory against Carlow 316 to 116. Indeed, in 2014, Fermanagh were beaten in the All-Ireland Intermediate Final. They lost to Down 6-16 to 1 goal and 10, but it just shows how they were one of the teams in the championship in the not too distant past. Offaly, somewhat similar for All-Ireland honours for them. 8 years ago they were crowned All-Ireland Junior Champions in 2013. Fermanagh, of course, with 2 All-Ireland Junior Championship titles from recent times in 2017 and 2020, and indeed they were runners-up as well in 2019. Well, it's been a championship campaign so far that maybe has failed to deliver. Offaly were in Group 1 of the championship. They lost to Louth 4-11 to 3-6, and also beaten by Down 3-14 to 2-14. Fermanagh will be looking back on that opening game that they played in the championship this year against Leitrim, but they were beaten very narrowly in Bannamore by a point, and really that was a game that they look back on and one that they felt that they should have won, were in control of for long stages, but Leitrim pipped them at the end. A Leitrim team that went on to beat Clare before advancing in the All-Ireland Championship. Their campaign ending against Kildare just a couple of weeks ago. But we're back in action here in the final quarter now of this particular game. Still very much with the result in balance, still very much all to play for. Here come Fermanagh now on the attack. Molly McGloin bringing that ball forward, linking up well inside there with Sarah McCarville. Back out it comes here to the midfielder Roisin O'Reilly. It's really Fermanagh now having to throw everything into it here for the closing stages. Molly McGloin again, wearing number 3, but very much getting the latitude to move forward here in the final quarter of this game. Sarah Britton linking up inside with their midfielder, who gets the shot in, but unfortunately it goes out from Aoife Flanagan and goes out wide. Another kick out coming up for Chloe Sheridan. Again, interesting to see the way that Offaly are going to deploy players now for the restart. Sheridan, we've mentioned a few times in the commentary, a late introduction to the goalkeeping department there, but certainly is a very accurate restart, and that has been a building block for an awful lot of the Offaly attacks that we've seen in this game so far. Amy Gavin Maguire getting that ball forward. In comes the shot, eventually kicked in and kicked over the bar by Grania Egan. Well, they won it directly right from the restart. Strong run right up through the middle, and there was Grania Egan from Tullamore to benefit from it and tap the ball in and tap it over the bar. So another point there for the Offaly ladies, 2-7 to 4-7. Little bit of daylight now between them, 6 points at this stage. Fermanagh looking to hit back again. Eve McManus was one of their number 18, wearing the number 18 that has come in. Here's the wing forward. Here's Sarah Britton. Britton moving inside with a menacing run. Back out it comes here to Maguire. Now can they finish here with a goal? They certainly can. It's Roisin O'Reilly. Just when the game seemed to be slipping away a little bit from Fermanagh, Roisin O'Reilly steps up and gets a cracking goal. It's 3-7 to 4-7. We're back to a 3-point ball game. Well, it really is a match that has seen very little between the teams. We're just making the remark of 6 between them was probably one of the biggest leads we've had in this game, but it was short-lived, and Fermanagh are right back in business now. And just look at their body language. They really sense now that that goal has given them the catalyst they need as the referee gets a bang on the back of the head from that attempted clearance, but he's happy enough with it. He allows play to continue, and Offaly can get moving here again. How are they going to respond after conceding the score? Dawn Hannon from Road is their centre half back. Over it goes there to Sarah Kehoe on the far side of the field. Good intelligent use of the ball here. Offaly making some space. They've dropped Egan out to try and take this one from a deep position. Cuts in field. There could be another one. It is another one. Brilliant run inside again. Excellent finish. Well, they carved out the opportunity, and nobody better than Grania Egan to finish those to the back of the net. And a lead that has, fluctuated between 6 and 3 points over the last couple of minutes has gone back up to 6 again. 5-7 to 3-7. Foul here on one of the Offaly players. Murray Daly being fouled. Takes the free quickly, gets it inside there towards Roisin Egan. Egan again going forward onto the left boot. Could this put them 7 up? No, it goes out to the right and it goes out wide. Well, 8 goals in this particular encounter already, and you just get the feeling that we could see a few more before the full-time whistle sounds. Just about 22 minutes played, 20 minutes with the watch stopped for the water break, and that'll tell you exactly what we've got left here in this particular encounter. Still in the balance. It's changed and ebbed and flowed so many times during this particular match. Shannon McQuaid comes from tempo in Fermanagh. That's gone out to Courtney Murphy from Kinawley. Offaly looking to win the ball back, but doing it unfairly according to the referee. Going to be a free, which Courtney Murphy is going to take quickly. Does well to find one of the subs who's come on, and Cleota Martin has gone into a little bit of space there for it, but Offaly have managed to retrieve the situation again. Murray Daly running out of ways to describe how well she's played in this game. From scores, her contribution from general play as well. She's been quite simply magnificent. Could make the argument, maybe been afforded a little bit too much space, but it's so difficult to stop a player like that with such a strong running game. Always creating openings, and openings indeed that Fermanagh have struggled to nullify as this match has wore on. Again, Amy Gavin Maguire sets up the attack here for the Offaly ladies. Fermanagh have players back. Going in bravely there was Emer Keenan, the cornerback, picking up a little bit of a knock in the face in the process of cutting out that particular attack. Comes now to Shannon McQuaid, the number 5, over towards this near side of the field. Better here, Martin in possession, the sub running right down through the middle, taking on the Offaly cover. Still it's Martin, referee allowing her the benefit of the advantage rule, and now he's going to stop it, and now he's going to award a free from where the second of 2 infringements took place there. And you can see it's getting a little bit tetchy out there. Possibilities here for Fermanagh. They could be in for another goal, and that's finished into the net there by their centre half forward this time, Joanne Doonan, and another goal here in this encounter, and again it throws the result right into question again. 4-7 to 5-7, Offaly by 3, but Fermanagh have scored another goal. Well, it really is a game that has produced plenty of drama, plenty of excitement. Here come Fermanagh again. Doonan kicks this one in diagonally over the top this time. Offaly have players back to deal with it. Emma Corcoran from St. Rynagh's is the player who comes away with it. Gets it out to her midfielder, Amy Gavin Mangan. Fermanagh have overturned possession again. Back in it comes here to Eber Smith, trying to make some inroads, but the whistle sounds of the referee, and that's going to be another free in, and this could reduce the deficit to just 2 points. Well, about 7 minutes remaining here in this game, and a 2-point lead would be very, very scarce to say the least. Again, the free is going to come in here from the full forward, Emer Smith from Derry Connolly. Fermanagh, they look to be a team that were almost dead, if not quite buried, on a couple of occasions in this match, but they've got plenty of powers of recovery. They've always managed to haul themselves back into it. Emer Smith now preparing to strike this one off the right boot. In it goes from Emer Smith, and she's kicked it wide. The drama continues. It just builds up in every passing minute by a notch or two here. Well, 2 teams really giving it their all. It's unfortunate there has to be a loser from this particular game. Be a major ask for whoever does come out on the wrong side of it to pick themselves up and be ready to go again next weekend against Longford in the relegation playoff. Now the ability of Chloe Sheridan from Clara being used almost as an outfield player. fly keeper, I think is the term that they like to use, or a sweeper keeper in more modern times. That's won back here again by Fermanagh. Possibilities again there for them, as Aisling Maguire was looking to make some inroads, make sure that they retain possession. So she goes back to Molly McGloin. Here's Sarah Britton. Britton getting the pass out there towards Aisling Maguire. Now it's played in here towards Sinead McQuaid. Still they're quite happy to hold on to it. Eber Smith. Now it's Aisling O'Brien. Dangerous run here. Shannon McQuaid right up with it. Oh, great save. Rebound comes back out and it's shot in and it's gone wide. And the player who had the final shot was Cleota Martin, the forward that came in. But credit the goalkeeper there, Chloe Sheridan, diving down to her right and making an absolutely brilliant save. Strong hand to the ball. How crucial will that be as we enter into the closing stages here? 4 or 5 minutes of normal time remaining, and as you can see from the scoreline, just 3 points separating the teams here in the Abbey Park. This has been gripping from start to finish, a game that you simply cannot take your eyes off. The crowd, limited number of spectators and substitutes, as you can see there in the background, trying to get behind the teams. There's the piece of artwork that we mentioned earlier on, remembering the great John Jornery. The free coming in here from a Fermanagh perspective, Orla Whelan, who didn't start the game, on wearing number 3. Fermanagh now, will they need to work a goal? Will there be time for points? That ball is going in there directly again, a diagonal ball, breaking ball. Who's it going to favour? Offaly's cornerback is in there looking for it. That's Annie Kehoe from Tullamore. Wins the free and they take it short and they take it quick and they move again. So Offaly now with the possibilities of bringing the ball forward. Out it comes here towards Ciara Walsh. All about trying to manage the game now from an Offaly perspective as we enter into the closing stages. Grania Egan, they need another score or two just to be safe. Egan momentarily losing control of the ball, did well to regain it. Has that support play outside her and they've walked it into a central position here. Marie Byrne might be able to provide the score. She certainly is. And a 4-point lead, considering the number of goals that we've had in this game. Absolutely vital. But there's still time, you feel, for Fermanagh. 3.5 minutes of normal time remaining in this encounter. 5-8 to 4-7. 4 between the teams here. Offaly finishing strong, however. Murray Daly from St. Rynagh's getting the pass outside her again, now taking the return. Good intelligent running there as well from Roisin Innes. Back out it comes to Daly. Gets that shot, crept inside the post, did it? Indeed it did. Another point there for Murray Daly. And now the lead all of a sudden has gone back up to 5. We've talked about a fluctuating lead in this game. It was 6, back down to 3, could have gone down to 2, but now it's up to 5. And it's Offaly in the ascendancy. They're number 2 there. Annie Kehoe from Tullamore getting that bang, and obviously in a state of discomfort as well there. Aisling Maguire was the Fermanagh player who was closest to her. Referee just going in off camera shot to have a chat with the lines person just to see what took place. And the referee now going in, seeing how the player is, just applying an ice pack to where she picked up the contact, and she's back up on her feet and good to go. So referee now, as we enter in here to the final couple of minutes of this game. Aisling Maguire for Fermanagh plays it back there. They have to really think about it. I think almost getting 2 goals at this stage if they wanted to avoid a date with Destiny and a date with Longford next weekend. Would take some finish of that magnitude for them, but never write them off. Here comes Aisling O'Brien running through the centre. Molly McGloin. Referee judges that she charged into the Offaly player there, and as a result is going to be a free out and another stoppage in play as treatment is going to be issued to the Offaly girl who picked up the injury. Offaly with the dilemma now in the game management here in the closing stages, making sure that they're solid at the back and still trying to pose a threat up front at the same time. Free going short there from Roisin Egan. Here's Amy Gavin Mangan, all about holding on to possession here and trying to count down the clock in the closing stages of this game. for the faithful county for the Leinster team at this stage. Fermanaghs search for a win in competitive action for 2021, it seems, will go a little bit further than today. Tara Dunn. Fermanagh have dropped players back, but they really need to engage a little bit further up the field, try and force it overturn at this stage. And Kehoe there is thankfully fully recovered, back in that defensive role again. Tara Dunn. Ball eventually switched over towards the far side, and now Offaly can make some inroads here as the forward line wins possession. Right-footed delivery. Down it goes again. Running off the shoulder, coming in together is Roisin Innes, plays it inside there towards Sarah Kehoe, looking to go forward, but not within the rules, says the referee. That's going to be another free out for Fermanagh. Referee making note of this recent incident. The Fermanagh player who's kicking the free is Shannon McQuaid, not really sure what option to use, so instead eventually she goes for Erin Murphy. And they've given the ball away. Offaly now, this will be right into their barrow. Here they come forward. Here comes Amy Gavin Mangan, but immediately it's back once more on the Fermanagh side. Whistle sounds of the referee. There's going to be some action maybe taken here as well. Referee again signals for treatment to come on for the injured party. Into injury time at the end of the second half. That's the scoreboard there on the top left-hand corner of your screen. 5-9 to 4-7. Fermanagh very much here with a huge mountain to climb. It seems they'll be heading for that game with Longford next week. Another game that you'll be able to see live here on the LGFA media platforms. And now Offaly very much will be eager now to see this one out as quickly as they can, as they look to try and get the ball in there once again towards Ciara Walsh. Up in support is Tara Dunn, judged to have been charging with the ball and over carrying it, so the referee has awarded a free for the Fermanagh ladies. Courtney Murphy is the player who is preparing to take it. What about having to try and build up patiently here, but they really need to transfer the ball an awful lot quicker from back to front here. In the second half, it just hasn't worked out that well for them. Aisling Maguire, they have players who can get scores. It's a direct running game being deployed here by Aoife Flanagan. Possibilities for her now to go right and deep into the Offaly territory. Links it up inside with Emer Smith. Here's Smith looking to take on the cover. Back out to Molly McGloin it comes. McGloin gets her pass to Aisling Maguire. Back in again here towards Molly McGloin. Still moving forward. McGloin in an advanced position, goes to ground under pressure from the tackle, and Offaly emerge with the ball. Good defending from them. They'll be happy to have broke up that last particular attack. 31 minutes and 50 seconds played now, so we're well into injury time. Russell again has spotted the infringement, the tackle on the arm. That's going to award a free, or allow a free for Offaly to be taken. Roisin Egan from the Niamh Ciaran club, going all the way back there, and as you can probably imagine and completely understand at this time, Offaly in absolute no hurry now to take this one. They'll want to count down the clock here as quickly as they possibly can, the faithful county. GA is certainly in a major reserve improvement in Longford Offaly over the last while. Under 20s men's team crowned All-Ireland champions, ironically enough with a victory over Roscommon last week, and here they are, ladies team in Roscommon today, in North Roscommon, looking as if they're going to maintain or retain their intermediate status for another year. Ball played down there again towards the Fermanagh attack. They're not giving up. Niamh McManus, one of the subs that they've brought in the second half. Emer Smith again. Right battle between herself and Mairead Daly. Look at her back there, cutting out the attacks, winning the free, drawing in the foul. And I suppose Mairead Daly's performance here has been certainly one of the highlights from this particular encounter. 33 minutes, as you can see, on the clock there. Back it goes once more for Offaly as they use the services of Mairead Daly in a defensive role at this stage, and with that the referee blows the full-time whistle. It's sheer relief, I think the best way to describe it, for Offaly. They have won this game, they've maintained their intermediate status. It's still not all over for Fermanagh. They face Longford next week, but the full-time scoreline from the Abbey Park in Boyle, 5-9 to 4-7. That's an idea of what's coming up. The survival battle continues for Longford. For Offaly, they play Longford next week. That game available on ladiesgaelic.ie And of course, Offaly have maintained their intermediate status for next season. They'll be very, very happy, and welcome news indeed for them on that. Full-time scoreline 5-9 to 4-7. Our team here in the Abbey Park this afternoon was James Conlon on camera. Rory O'Brien was our producer and director, and indeed from myself, John Lynch. Thank you very much indeed for the pleasure of your company today on a day where Offaly maintained their intermediate status for 2022. From all of us here in the Abbey Park, thank you for watching. Goodbye and God bless.